Alright guys, how's it going? It's Gaz here on Full Time Devils. It's Wednesday, it's Transfer Daily. Let's go straight into it then. Talking about all the latest Man United transfer rumours. Of course, today though, as it's been for quite a while, we're not really talking about transfers. There's only one thing we can talk about, that is the manager. Louis Van Gaal apparently has been told that he is now on a game-to-game basis at Manchester United. Wins a game, stays on, loses a game, gets sacked. It's just an absolutely ridiculous position for a club of this size to be in. It's almost, in fact, no, it's not almost embarrassing. It is embarrassing. For me, look, I said after the Norwich game that maybe that's the time that we should have made the change. There would have been some good time in there to bring a new man in. He's got January to build his squad. Well, not to build his squad, but to add a couple of additions maybe to suit his style of play. But now, it's far too late now to get rid of Louis Van Gaal, in my opinion. If you bring anyone else in now, I don't think they'd be able to do an awful lot with the squad that they've been dealt with, because they wouldn't be able to improve it in any way. And, you know, a signing isn't even going to improve the squad, it might just improve the morale around. But obviously signings are impossible now, and if we were to sack Louis Van Gaal and someone else come in, I don't think they'd do any better, personally, for the rest of this season anyway. Next season, maybe when they've got the whole summer to sign players. But for the rest of this season, I just don't think there's any point. For me, with Louis Van Gaal, you either tell him he's gone, or you say, look, we're going to stick with you till May no matter what. And for me, I think that's what we might as well do now. Maybe just write off this season. You know, if we're not going to get top four, then what an absolute disaster that is. But if we bring someone else in at the same time, I don't think there's any real more chance of us getting top four. But that's just my opinion. Get your comments in below. I'm sure that you guys think that another manager coming in would vastly improve things. And don't get me wrong, I think that they would do for next season. But for the rest of this season, I don't think there's an awful lot of point now. I think we missed our window after the Norwich game to bring a man like Mourinho in. Anyway, moving on from Louis Van Gaal, and we're still talking about managers. Ryan Giggs has apparently said that he would be leaving Manchester United if he doesn't get the job after Louis Van Gaal. So that's even if it's next season, even if it's sooner. He wants a job permanent, don't want to be no interim manager. Now, on one hand, I'm like, yeah, it's quite an ambitious attitude to have, fair enough. On another hand, I'm thinking, surely a legend like Ryan Giggs, who's worked with Sir Alex Ferguson for so long, knows so much about the game, surely he realises that he's not ready yet. Surely he realises he's a tad young and he needs a few more years experience as an assistant. Maybe another manager coming in, him being their assistant, would do him the world of good. But surely he realises he's not quite ready for Man United just yet. He's apparently said that he's going to leave if he doesn't get the job after Louis Van Gaal. And I can't see that, to be honest. I can't see Ryan Giggs being that reactionary. But maybe he is. Maybe he's that type of guy. And maybe he just wants to leave with the opportunity of coming back, get some actual managerial experience. I guess that makes sense. Get your comments in below about that one anyway, guys. Right, moving on to actual transfers. Tahith Chong, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. He's a player that we have been linked to during this transfer window. I've spoke about him a couple of times. The 16-year-old versatile Dutch midfielder playing for Feyenoord at the minute. He's basically admitted that Man United are interested in him and maybe he would be going out in the future. He said that at the minute he wants to stay at Feyenoord, and to be honest, I don't get why we don't just do what we did with Rafael and Fabio all those years ago. Why don't we just sign him and loan him back to them for like a couple of years or something like that, a 2-year loan. You know, 16 years old, he's not going to be anywhere near the first team, and the Dutch League is a good place to build. You know, there's a lot of technically skilled players there, so I'm perfectly happy with that. And you never know, maybe that is a signing for the future. And let's finish on the most obvious news story that was going to come out around this time, around the end of January now. It was always going to come out, this news story. And it's about Neymar, and Luis Enrique has said that he's close to signing a new contract at Barcelona. It's almost as if all the links to Man United were just to engineer a new contract for him. This is what I was telling you for ages, and finally it's actually happened. It's looking like he's going to sign a new contract. He's not coming to Man United. We all knew that anyway though, didn't we? I'm sure we all did. It was never going to happen. We need to be going for players that are slightly better than what we've got, but Neymar is maybe a bit too much for us at the minute, especially with the price involved. Anyway guys, I've been Gaz on Transfer Daily. Get your comments in below. Talk to me about Louis Van Gaal, Giggs, Tahith Chong, Neymar. Get in the comments, tell me about all those things. Give this a like, give us a subscribe as well. I've been Gaz on Full Time Devils. See you in a bit.
There's only one thing on everybody's mind. Louis Van Gaal. What the hell is going on?